Today, we're going to talk about the first appearances and key issues for the greatest day of the week. New Comic Book Day, April 7th, 2021. So let's get started. I'm Jimmy Don Kerr, and this is the SmallTown Collectibles YouTube channel. So before we get into these first appearances and key issues this week, of course, guys, I want to ask you to hit that subscription button if you're not subbed up already. Turn on that notification bell so that you get notified when I put out new content. Leave a comment below. Let me know if there's any books I'm missing, anything like that. And hit the thumbs up button if you like the video. Also, on the hashtag Grow Together initiative, it looks like all my people have hit their marks, hit their subscriber marks. So we'll be doing a giveaway very soon for the mystery box, $100 mystery box that I put together. So stay tuned for that. Be on the lookout. And then also, as always, I want to remind you about my limited time offer with Street Level Hero LA. The code is STC10. You use that code, you'll get 10% off your order. But most importantly, 25% of your overall order is donated to the American Cancer Society for cancer research. So go over to Street Level Hero LA, pick something cool up, save a little money, and help raise a little money for a great cause. All right, guys, so let's jump into these books this week. And let me tell you something. It is going to be a heavy, heavy week on the old wallet. There are a ton of books out this week that I'm interested in. We'll kind of rattle through them here. Maybe there's something you're looking for. But, yeah, it's going to be an expensive week for me at the comic book store. So let's jump into the first appearances this week. Only got a couple. The first one's Batman 107. You have a first appearance of the Gardener. And then Swamp Thing #2, and there is a possible first full appearance of the Pale Wanderer. So those were really the only two books this week that had first appearances. So if you collect those and that's something you're into, Batman 107 and Swamp Thing #2 will be out there for you to grab. All right, so let's jump into the honorable mentions this week. And the honorable mentions are like crazy long because, I'm trying to do a top 5 list, right? So when you have a week like this week, when there's just a ton of stuff out that you're interested in, it's kind of hard to narrow down to 5. So I just made a crazy long honorable mention list. I'm not going to throw all the covers up on the screen here like I normally do, but we'll kind of roll through them. I just want to make sure you know that these books are out there. So first up is Immortal Hulk #45. That's a great Al Ewing story on my pull list, one I pull every week. The King of Black #5, that is the final issue of the King of Black main event title. So that wraps up this week. Thor #14, another Donny Cates run. You got the Prey finale. It's Thor versus Donald Blake. That's been a great arc as well. I've really enjoyed that one. Venom #34. You got the final tie-in issue to the King of Black event. One of my favorite reads right now is Fear Case, and so Fear Case #3 is out this week. Another great read is Deep Beyond #3. And then probably my favorite read for the past month, Noctera. Noctera #2 is out this week. So looking forward to all those. I think all those are great reads. I'm going to grab every single one of them from the LCS and read them up. I can't wait. All right, now let's get into the ones that I'm going to pop pictures up here on the screen. First up is Nottingham #2. It's issue 2 in a 5-part limited series, and this is actually when I missed out on the first book. Was able to grab it, read it digitally, and it was a good read. So I'm going to grab #2, and I'm on the hunt for issue 1, but the prices are pretty high on the secondary market, or more than I want to pay right now. So I'm going to kind of ride it out and see if they come back to Earth at some point. If they don't, I'm sure I'll grab one. But Nottingham #2, killer book, literally killer. Then you've got the Avengers #44. You've got the debut of a new Phoenix. So anytime you got a new Phoenix showing up, I'm going to pop that here on the list as an honorable mention. And then there was one, I am not necessarily a big horror guy, which I seem to be buying a lot of it here lately with the independent stuff. But I am a big Chip Zdarsky fan. And there is an anthology that comes out this week called Silver Coin #1. And it's an anthology of horror stories by Chip Zdarsky, Kelly Thompson, Ed Brisson, and Jeff Lemire. And I'll probably, if my LCS has it, I'll probably pick it up and read through it just to see if it's something I want to bring home. But Silver Coin #1, Chip Zdarsky could be cool. All right, so let's get into our top 5 this week. Number 5 on the list is Enoch number 2 from Bad Idea. This is issue 2 of the limited series. I think we all know what happened with Bad Idea number 1. That book is insane on the secondary market. You can't find it anywhere. Crazy prices. I was able to pick up one of the, I guess maybe, I don't know if you'd call it a second print, but it had the black lettering on the cover. And read it. Great read. Really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to getting number 2. I did get it on my pull list, so hopefully we'll have that showing up in my shop this week. All right, number 4 on our list is Geiger number 1. The synopsis reads, in a world of radioactive chaos, outlaws battle one another for survival, but all fear the one who lives out past the poison wasteland by the name of Geiger. I thought that sounded cool. Again, for whatever reason, I'm into these titles, these independent titles right now. And so Geiger number 1 looks cool to me. All right, number 3 on the list is Locust number 1. I really dug the synopsis on this one. A plague has infected humanity with a disease that transforms them into ravenous locusts, and those who are unaffected by the illness struggle to survive. So I thought that sounded kind of interesting too. Again, kind of a post-apocalyptic story, but this time the disease transforms you into a locust rather than like a zombie or something. So I thought that sounded kind of interesting. So Locust number 1, looking forward to giving that a read this week. All right, number 2 on my list. Number 2 and number 1 were hard for me to decide this week, but number 2 on the list is Project Patron number 1. And I just thought this idea of this sounded kind of cool. There may have been something like this out there before. I don't know, but it sounded new to me. So the hero that humanity thought had been protecting them all these years died long ago, replaced by a Reploid piloted by an elite government team. So basically you got a superhero that everybody thought was protecting them, somewhat like a Superman, who actually died. They didn't tell the public, and you've got essentially a robot that's being piloted by this group of government people. And I'm just interested to kind of see where that goes if the public finds out. I'm sure there'll be some, behind the scenes, what's going on, with the people who pilot the robot. So this just sounds cool to me. I like the way it sounds, and I'm definitely going to grab Project Patron number 1. All right, number 1 on my list this week, guys, is another title from Bad Idea, and that's called Tankers number 1. I'm just going to read this to you because it's just funny. Bone shredding destruction, wanton corporate malfeasance, reckless use of industrial machinery, and a lot of ammunition. Like a Saturday morning cartoon that's irresponsibly run over budget. What more could you want? Like, that sounds awesome to me. Sometimes you just need some mindless reading, just some shoot 'em up, overly violent, don't have to think about it. And that's what that sounds like to me. It sounds like a lot of fun. Enoch number 1 from Bad Idea was great. I really enjoyed it. And if I can find this one, I'm afraid it's going to be as hard to get a hold of as Enoch was. But Tankers number 1 is number 1 on my list this week. I'm hoping I can grab that one. All right, guys, so let's finish up our list here today with our covers. And I really only had one cover this week, and that was Swamp Thing number 2. It's a Matina cover. I thought it was gorgeous. There are some other cool covers out there. Like there's the Batman cover, looked like a Matina. I'm not sure it was, but it's really cool. There's a lot of good-looking covers out there. There's a Berserker second print full cover that I looked on Midtown, I think, and saw. It was like $100 already. And then there was one, it was like a John Romita cover that was like $2,000 on Midtown Comics. So I don't know. I didn't take the time to figure out what it was, but yeah, I won't be buying that one. But anyway, that was the only cover this week, was the Swamp Thing number 2. Really dig the way it looked. And then, like I said, I think there was like the Magic the Gathering. There was a bunch of covers with it that were cool. It's just not something that I would myself buy. So, yeah. So cover-wise, let me know in the comments, if there's any covers I'm missing. I'm sure there's some, out there that I didn't see, or maybe just didn't catch my eye the way it should have. So, yeah, let me know in the comments about that. All right, guys. So that's the list this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it informative. Remember, sub up, turn on the notification bell if you haven't already. Go to Street Level Hero LA and use that discount code STC10. And I hope you guys have a great Wednesday, new comic book day, and have fun with all your reads. I know that I am. All right, guys. Until next time.